going, I sit down on the bench to put my socks on, and then the door swings right open. And it's just this kid, Darius, from my class. Now he's just... You ever been roasted so hard for literally no reason? I don't care what anyone has to say. There is no worse feeling than being roasted to a crisp for no reason, because you weren't expecting it. You weren't sitting there waiting for someone to come up to you and roast you like that, especially when you did nothing. Now I gotta take you all the way back to my first year of middle school. So in my district, they took 3 elementary schools and all just put them into 1 middle school. This was a good thing for me because let's just say in elementary school, I wasn't the most popular. I went through this anime phase and other kids weren't with it like I was. So I got made fun of for that. And I also had shitty Walmart shoes and terrible clothing. But over the summer, my uncle had me do some lawn work and my aunt had me help out at her pharmacy, which she just opened up. And let's just say I was compensated very well. I dropped a bag on some clean, fresh clothes and some shoes, and it all went to my head a little bit because when the time for school finally came around, I kind of became a douchebag. No, I didn't want to be the joke again. So if someone said anything to me, I would just make sure that I said the meanest thing I could think of. Like I remember this one time, just for example, this one kid cut me in line, and instead of just addressing it like a normal human being, I grabbed him by his hoodie and threw him across the hallway just because he cut me in line. So school eventually comes to the second trimester. Now I don't know how your middle school worked, but in my middle school and even in high school now, every trimester you get a change of encore classes. So that pretty much means classes like art, woodshop working, and computer science, stuff like that. And I was super hyped because I got PE, the class that everyone wants, but only a few people can get in. And the PE teacher was a pretty cool dude, but he did have a dress code policy that said you needed to wear gym shoes, shorts, and a short sleeve t-shirt along with black or white socks. I don't know why it had to be black or white socks, but I was not going to argue with him considering that our gym attire was 50% of our grade. And another new thing I got to experience was something that all boys know all too well and hate or love: the boys' locker room. Now I've never seen something that memes got so accurate. Like all those boy locker rooms versus girl locker room memes are actually like super accurate. Like the boy locker room it's horrible. Like you can do anything. Like I literally saw this one time, this kid was changing into his shorts and some kid ran behind and pantsed him, having his bare ass cheeks and willy out in front of everyone. And just so you get a picture of how bad our boys locker room was, the teacher at the end of the term said we were by far the worst class he's ever had to teach as far as how bad the boys locker room was destroyed every single day. So needless to say, I didn't change in the boys locker room when we were supposed to. Now I have my reasons. One of which was because I'm not gay. I'm not saying that if you change in the boys' locker room, you're gay, but I'm just getting naked in front of other dudes in my underwear. I would just much rather wait until everyone's gone until I do that. And number 2 was, man, I got messed up feet. You know, I don't like to talk about it, so I didn't like to change my socks or put on my gym shoes whenever someone was in there. So I would always stand in the corner and just wait. Like I try to be invisible. That way no one would ever notice it and no one would ever really see me that much. So I just sit in the corner and I just wait for everyone to leave. So one day it's the usual procedure. Like everyone walks out, I whip out my bag, I change, and I put on my socks and put on my shoes and then run out to class. And I was always a few seconds late every day, but it was nothing too major and the teacher never said anything about it. Till one day, everyone leaves, I whip out my stuff, I change my pants and my shirt, and I sit down on the bench to put my socks on, and then the door swings right open. And it's just this kid, Darius, from my class. Now he's just standing there looking at me
menacingly.
And I'm like, yo, like, do you need something? And then out of nowhere, he just shouts,
yo, come look at this boy's feet.
Monologuing like a supervillain, and he starts going,
I see you wait until everybody leaves every day. You always stand in the corner like a little weirdo, and then you come out every day and act like no one notices. Someone keeps stealing my stuff from my bag, and I thought it was you, but you clearly got bigger problems on your hands. or should I say feet.
And I'm confused, of course, because I've never done anything to this kid. Like, I don't know why. Like, he's just always hated me. And right as that moment happens, the 10 kids that this nigga summoned barge into the door, and he goes,
"Hey yo, stand back, bro. This boy's musty feet rot him."
And of course, everyone starts laughing and cracking up, and he just keeps roasting me.
"Hey bro, tell your feet slavery ended a long time ago, man. They don't gotta look like that no more."
And this all goes on for about 4 whole minutes until we hear the teacher come in. See, the teacher would normally check to make sure all the kids were out of the stall before he would start class. So him and the 10 kids all start walking out, but before he walks out, he looks at me and goes,
"Hey, I would tell you to kick rocks, but you know."
Bro, he and the other kids leave, and I'm just sitting there for the rest of the school day praying that this doesn't go viral and turn into some stupid little meme around the school. But at the end of the day, man, this taught me a really valuable lesson. Don't dish out what you can't take, because what goes around truly does come around. Lastly, I want to thank 1Cloud9 for lending me his voice for this video. Be sure to check out his channel. I'll have the link in the description. He makes some hilarious story times. My personal favorite is a video he did called "My Mom Abandoned Me at Sprint." Trust me, you won't regret making a visit over to his channel. His stuff is real good, and yeah, just be sure to check him out. Like I said, link in the description, and thanks for watching.